So first things first, let me tell you something about all these guys trying to tell you about, I caught a couple of videos online, right, where people were talking about how you could buy a watch at retail from the AD. Let me tell you something, these things don't work, right? Like it's just not the case. 99% of the time don't work. What I do want to tell you, however, is how you can actually get a watch at retail for a retail price without a waitlist, right? And this is also a 50-50 chance. This video is not about like advising you how to buy the watch. This is about the offshore, right? And how I got it. So in my last video, I was talking about basically the constant business trips that I was on and that I came across a few people from my workplace that are also watch collectors.
When you say affordable stuff, you're talking about basically 7 Fridays.
Yeah, electricians, 7 Fridays.
I see Gorilla.
And they were telling me about this event, right? They were like, this event is special, you gotta attend it.
So this is like the ruler of Bahrain?
This is the Deputy Prime Minister.
Ah, okay.
I'm like, wait, where is it happening? Bahrain. Okay, so I woke up first to the fact that there is a watch event happening right next door to me and I don't know about it. But then there is a fact on why is this event special. I had no idea, right? I didn't know what do they mean by that, right? That was up until I went to that event and found out why. This is why this event was special. So I go in basically cutting through the aisles and I see all of these big brands. Your Omega, your Patek Philippe, your Audemars Piguet, your JLC, everyone was there. Yeah, and everyone was there basically showcasing the latest and greatest, including their novelties. So this is what's different. All of these pieces that were available on display, you can actually buy them. I mean, it is shocking to me as it sounds to you right now. Yes, there was a Patek Philippe Nautilus that was available for sale. There was a 5960 in platinum with the blue dial available for sale. There was an Aquanaut available for sale. I couldn't get them. The queues were long and people were battling, and you can imagine. And Patek also had like, sure, we'll sell some pieces at the event, but they already pre-allocated that to their, VVIPs, or I'm not really sure what's the story there. But I did go to AP, right? So I walked up to the AP stand. So AP, of course, my favorite brand. And I saw this offshore, right? So I did voice out in the past that I was interested in one of those new 43s in titanium, right? So the titanium wasn't there, but the stainless steel, this guy that is in the factory box was there. And I asked the question and I said, can I buy this piece? And the simple answer to that was, sure, yes, absolutely. We'll package it for you. The minute they said that, I was like, you know what? You don't even need to package it. Took it out, put it on my wrist.
This magic just happened. Unbelievable.
While it's finishing the transaction and walked out. This is really the story of how I got my offshore, this 43 chronograph stainless steel. This is the new, the stuff that just come out. Was it 2020, tail end of 2020 or 2021? I'm not really sure. I can't remember. I think it was actually 2021. I'll check that fact after the video, so don't quote me for it. But this is the new offshore basically in stainless steel with the rubber strap. This is the one that I was able to get at this show without a waitlist at retail price. Let's get into it. So I did basically put it out there before. I said I would like to buy one of the 43K sizes chronographs, right? So I specifically said I would like to have one of the titaniums, right? So either the blue dial, plain titanium case, or my favorite, it's something that I've been waking up to as well, the gray rubber strap with the gray dial and blue sub-dial titanium. That's the one I really want. I'm gonna get an offshore. You're gonna make sure it's as light as possible and nothing beats titanium. And I'm still waiting for this watch. I never got it, but I was lucky enough to get this guy at retail without a wait list. So let me just see if first of all this camera is gonna focus. So essentially this is the stainless steel version of the same titanium I was talking to you guys about some time ago. This is a very wearable watch. This is the new offshore stainless steel with the black rubber strap, with the black pushers and the ceramic. So essentially the same look and feel as the titanium, except that this is in stainless steel. So if I take a step back, so the Royal Oak, since its release in 1993, it was a watch that invites a lot of controversy. The Offshore had always been a love or hated type of watch. Its size, its heft, the aggressive take amplifying the original Genta design can seem anything from a brilliant take to hideous. People would say, I wish it was a little bit slimmer, etc. But then again, when you're talking about Offshore, you have to appreciate it for its monstrosity, right? If you want an Offshore, you want a big watch, right? You want to make sure that your mindset is not thinking ultra thin, it's not thinking 15500, you're thinking Offshore, right? You just want to make sure that it sits on your wrist right. And if that's the thinking, then this is the right Offshore for you, with no shadow of a doubt. I think this is the best. So over the years, I started to appreciate more and more and understand that it's an extremely versatile platform for AP to further experiment in design, materials, and complication as well. I looked at the ceramic blue 2 years ago and the one in green as well in 44mm case size. It was too big. It was honestly something that I just couldn't understand having it on the wrist. It was something that did not make sense for me to buy at that point in time. I liked the watch. I did appreciate the color, the design, everything about it, the lightness. It was a ceramic case, but I just couldn't do with the 44 case size, right? So AP did this new release, this 43mm in 2021, and now we have it. So it's not even more desirable because it's 1mm less. That's not the case at all. 1mm is not going to be a big difference. It's actually more desirable because the case is also curved, right? So it sits on the wrists a lot better than the previous generation. So of course, 1mm plus the curved case, you have a very, very nice fit on the wrist. Now this lineup of the Offshores retains of course the essence of the original Offshore case, dial and design, but it had also evolved ergonomically and aesthetically to what you see now. The case has larger polished chamfers on the edges, while the bezel is slightly more curved with the screw lockdown crown and a chronograph push pieces following the same aesthetics. One thing also to note, one thing that may come as a surprise as well for new watch collectors that are just getting acquainted with Audemars Piguet, or basically people that are just getting into fine watchmaking, is that the Offshore never actually had an in-house movement, right? This is the first Offshore from AP that actually has an in-house movement in it, and that is a big improvement. Something that took me in the beginning by surprise a couple of years ago. Yeah, it's something to note that this has now the caliber 4401, which is the code 1159 caliber, right? So the Offshore instead had generally relied on the base caliber with chronograph models added, right? So this is something we know from history or from the previous versions as well. The first model release used the automatic base caliber from JLC, that's the caliber 888 and 889/1. And now this new lineup uses the AP in-house caliber 4401 chronograph movement that was first introduced in fact for the code 1159 chronograph. And speaking of some of the code 1159s, let me tell you something. Don't look at pictures, don't look at AP's website. Try to, if there is a boutique near you, or maybe even an aftermarket dealer, they may have some of the new code 1159s, go check them out, because they're really nice. I mean, there was one available for sale, but unfortunately I couldn't do it. I couldn't justify buying two watches at the same time. I picked the Offshore instead, but some of those new code 1159s, whether it be the simple date or the chronographs, I think they're really nice. Now this Royal Oak Offshore comes in 43mm case size. You've got the 3, 6, and 9 sub-dial layout and the date position at 430. Never really been a fan of a date being positioned at 430, but somehow it suits the aesthetics of this Offshore. This is something you can't deny. Now while as the dial tapisserie pyramid did not see any new interpretation, a significant difference in terms of the presentation was the absence of the date cyclops, which I think is amazing. Previously, the Offshore needed a date magnifier because of the modular construction. This one doesn't, right? Because again, the date wheel is on a base caliber with the chronograph model on top. We ended up then having this date wheel sitting right behind the dial, and I think it looks even way better. The strap comes with a pin and buckle. I get two straps basically with this Offshore in stainless steel, so there is the rubber in black and then there is the leather one. The strap comes with a pin pin and buckle, this specific one comes with two options. So you've got the black rubber and you got the leather that are also interchangeable, right? So if you want to top up the clasp, you can do that, but it doesn't come with the package when you buy it, right? I think brands generally should follow through with what Vacheron is doing. Give us the full package. I want to have the leather, I want to have the rubber, I want to have the clasp. Don't have me basically top up the price after the fortune that I paid you for the watch. I know it makes more commercial sense for you as a business because you're getting paid for an additional piece that you could just simply include in the same watch that I had to wait for a very, very long time to get. Give me the option to basically have different looks. Do not dictate the look on me. If you have missed the video that I've done on Vacheron, I'll link it down below. But that was my first piece and I was honestly very, very happy, very pleased with how Vacheron listens, right? They listened and they said, you know what, let's include options. And the clasp is there, the rubber, the straps, all of the package comes as one, so you don't have to even go back. Literally 3 watches in one. So if you follow through with the interchangeability system, AP, which is a great thing, you might as well also want to add the clasp. Just don't be greedy with it. I think brands should evolve in that sense and give us a one conclusive package that has basically the leather, the rubber, maybe a bracelet if that model range comes also in a bracelet, and then again the interchangeability between the pin and buckle and the clasp system. I think this watch is built for a new generation with ease for strap changing on the fly with new strap interchangeability systems as well. I mean, it's new for AP, right? So we know other brands like Cartier, Vacheron did it first, but I'm glad that AP had also adopted this innovation, and who knows, maybe one day it will come to the classic Royal Oak line. I think it won't kill its classicness, it would just be a nice add-on. Now, what is this magical show that I was referring to where you could go and buy pieces at retail price, just available without any wait list? That is, of course, going to be the Jewelry Arabia show located in Bahrain. Watch Society is also exhibiting, so I've booked the space already, and what I wanted to share with you guys is that I will have 10 dedicated passes that I want to share with you. Those are exhibitor passes, so they allow you early entry. Maybe you're there and you get an opportunity to buy something at retail price, something that you really wanted. I mean, this is not big help, I know, but it's also a chance to get maybe 1% closer to your dream watch that you're not able to get at retail. And this is genuinely the real way that is still 50% chance where you can get one of those sought after models without having to do the wait list and at a retail price, right? Is to go to some of these big shows. I'm not talking about aftermarket dealers shows. I'm not talking about shows where, you know, it's for watches that are selling at a premium. I'm talking about a jewelry show. There is a few, I know there is one in Saudi as well that is going to happen next year, where these trade activities are looked at more like a feature of the show, so pay attention to that. And if also you want to shoot some content, right, so we can do video sessions on the stand, I'd be more than happy to do that. If you are genuinely interested in attending, do DM me, let me know directly, and I'll be more than happy to give it to the first 10 people that would reach out. That's it for this video. Do let me know your thoughts on this 43 offshore and stainless steel or the full offshore range, everything that they have. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I'd be more than happy to go through your comments. Let's look forward to that event. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take care. My mother-in-law is right behind the camera, getting me basically on frame, making sure I'm in frame. Thank you so much. Yes.